So my name is TASHAN DWYER, middleweight, 25. Well, I'm 26 tomorrow. From Northwest London, Wembley, and I'm competing at middleweight. Record is 1-0. So this is in preparation for my second fight in 3 days.
Okay, let's start right from the beginning. Okay, so tell me how you got into boxing and what actually influenced you, or did a particular person influence you to get into boxing?
How I got into boxing, it started. I was first initially introduced to it through high school, because used to get in fights and stuff, and they said, "Oh, this is a good way to relieve your anger." And it was on at Fridays at the end of last period, and then that was when I was in year 11. So then when I left high school, I went to a boxing club, and then I was there for a bit. So near where I live, so in Sudbury. So now it was just Bikma, but they do kickboxing, martial arts, boxing as well. So and then where I met my first coach, Mike Campbell, and then from there after. I was in and out of it a little bit because at the same time I used to meddle in a bit of trouble, and then I think when I was about 17, 18, one of my friends that I'm still close to now, we were just out on the road and out on the street, we weren't really doing much, and then he was just like, "Oh, there's nothing out here for us, innit? Do the boxing, innit? Pursue it, innit?" Because at the time, yeah, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I used to play football for a lot of my years, and then, but I kind of quit that at 16.
What team did you support?
Oh, Arsenal. Yeah.
Sure, she's an Arsenal supporter.
Oh yeah, Arsenal stress out my life.
Just going back a bit, so you're about 14, 15, and when you kind of...
Yeah, it was about 15 I was introduced to it, and then, because I'm one of the youngest in my year, so because my birthday's in June, so it kind of started in that, and then I left school that year, and then I was just I didn't really know what I wanted to do.
Did you ever watch boxing on TV?
Not really, you know, I kind of knew a little bit, not until, I knew Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali and all the other well-known ones, but other than that, I didn't really, I weren't really,
Can you remember the first fight that you ever watched on TV?
It was probably one of them ones on ITV years ago, when they used to show boxing on ITV years ago, but I couldn't tell you which one it was. Yeah, I couldn't tell you which one it was. No.
So when you went to the boxing club, was it purely kind of keep out trouble something to do, and it was never the idea that
there wasn't when I started it, there wasn't the idea of me now I'm gonna become a boxer. That was never the idea. I did it because I liked to fight. I was strong for my age. I knew I could punch hard, and I could fight people, innit? And that was pretty much the reason why I went. And then I think after doing it, and then my amateur coach who's been there from the beginning, so Mike Campbell, or Michael Campbell, who used to fight for Battersea as well, kind of got to know him, and then he played a big father figure kind of friend role with me, and he went a little bit extra mile for me. So you know, and I just fell in love with the sport, and I met loads of fantastic people during it. So Bikma is in Sudbury, Northwest London, and so the coaches Andy, Max, Alistair, and the rest of the guys. Those guys were really welcoming from the beginning, and they just already showed me love. And and then from there, man, I kind of just said, you know what, I'm gonna give this a go. I'm gonna give it a go, because I went to college and stuff, studied plumbing, and done construction, but I never really did it. I only did it because my nan told me to do it, to be honest, because she said get a trade under your belt in it, because obviously with a trade you could literally work anywhere. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So, and that was really it. So to be honest, back then I didn't really have before boxing, I really didn't have a direction, I should say. I was just hovering.
So when you kind of started to take it seriously, what did your family think about it?
They weren't, because obviously they're oh, boxing, look up into Michael Watson and stuff like that, and I said, yeah, but it happens, but it is what it is, isn't it? To be honest, I wouldn't do it if I knew I weren't any good at it, basically.
So they were kind of resistant.
Yeah, like they were like, oh, cause it's oh, you know, it's boxing and it's violent. Are you scared? What about your face and But I've been getting into fights a long time before boxing, so it's not really a thing. But yeah, other than that, yeah, and then from there, cause I'm stubborn, so I was going to do it regardless. But and then yeah, man, through that it just gave me a lot of different guides, like opened a lot of different doors and met a lot of different people. So, and it changed me as a person. So personally, probably if you met me 5 years ago,
change your outlook on life.
Yeah, outlook on life and people and just how things work. And yeah, man, it's just
everything. It like turned you more like to a man.
Yes, yes. Boxing taught me a lot more about respect, discipline, and meeting people from all kinds of life and colours. Do you know? And yeah, I've met some fantastic people, like lifelong friends, man, and they've done things for me that probably some people close to me haven't even done, and I ain't even asked a word. So it's just utmost just respect I can have. So yes, without it, it played a big part in moulding me to being able just to be a bit more understanding and less hot-headed and less just something's this way, this is how it's happened. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So yeah, they gave me something, they gave me direction. So and now I have my direction, I know what I want to do. Like this is what I'm gonna pursue, and you know, I believe I have the ability to go all the way. It's just about, like anything, is about being what's the correct word?
Right, pick that up.
Yeah, yeah. So it's just about being nurtured, actually. Yeah, because you can always have a talent, whatever it is. You could be a singer, whatever, plumber, whatever it is. But if you're not nurtured properly in a correct way, you're never going to fulfill your full potential. And that's all it is about. And everyone's road is different. So I'm just sticking on my road. I'm not really. Like I see what people's doing, and I take into consideration. I like seeing people do well because it spurs me on to work harder. So it's a good thing. So my thing is just about being positive and like just defying the odds, shall I say?
Just go back a little bit. So when you started to get into it, what 17 and what have you? When did you first have your first amateur fight?
Fuck. It was hot, and it was at Balham ABC. Fuck. Just turned 18. I don't think I just turned 18. I remember that day was hot. Was it in May? So my coach Mike, or that much ago, but he's still with me now. I remember on the day he was more nervous than me because he was in the back. He was wrapping my hands. He's like, "All right, T, you're gonna go in there, you know, just relax." And I was like, "You're more nervous than me." I'm like, "It's cool." Do you know what I mean? But I was nervous. But as soon as I stepped in there, it kind of just went. It just went away. And because all it is about, kind of with boxing, is just that. Obviously, the stuff that you're doing behind closed doors is just that. This time that you're having people that you don't know and people you do know watching you. So it's just about how you take, even if you might call it pressure, you might not, but how you take that that moment at the time. And then after that, I was like, right, like winning is probably the best feeling I could probably say in my life. It's probably better than getting money.
And you won the first?
Yeah, I won my first fight. It was good. I think I still have it. But it's like one of my close friends. He's got it on his it's like BlackBerry those times, but it looks proper like pixelated, isn't it? But yeah, that was a good day, man. And then from there, I was just like, yeah, man. Like,
your family there as well?
No, it was just my close friend, but I call him my right hand man. Well, we call him Shorts, but yeah, he was there. He came to my first fight. He was there. Yeah. And he was the only one that came. He was the only one. And then the rest from South London. Huh?
Did your family know you were fighting?
Yeah, they knew I was fighting. Do you know what it is, yeah? Throughout my whole career, like I've never really had in amateurs much people come out to see me. Like people know I fight, but obviously some people, because I was always down here, and I'm from Northwest London, so a lot of people might not want it to travel all the way down here. But like, most of my close people would travel. If they can't make everyone, like my best friend and stuff and all of that, like they'll travel and make sure they come. But yeah, and then it's not, so like when I had my first fight, that was kind of the first time like me having loads of people to actually come and watch me. So I was like, right, okay, wow.
We'll come on to that in a second. What was your amateur record?
Okay, my record, I had 17. So I had 17, I won 10, lost 7. I should have at least had 30, 40, but fights. That's what I initially did wanted to have. And I had a lot of injuries. I had, so what did I have? Both of my hands, 5 months each, took to heal. Both shoulders, another 5 months each. My foot was about 2 months. Hurt my knee. Yeah. So in total, injuries, boxing amateur, 2.5, 3 years. 3 injuries.
Did you feel like, do you know what,
yeah.
I need to jack it on?
Yeah, because what kept happening, I kept getting in really good shape. I'm ready to go. Injured, and it was kind of like.
Sign.
Yeah, no, it got a bit depressing because like, for me, this is all I have in it. Like, this is what I know that I'm good at in it, and this is what I put all my graft and my time into.
As well at the same time.
Yeah, because so when I was younger, I used to work in Barrett's and I used to work in Sainsbury's. So I used to work a day job and a night job. So I would start work at like 4 till 10 or something, and then I'll go to the like day job from 12 till 6 or 12 till 7, and then yeah. So balancing that, and yeah, but I know boxing is just what I wanted to do. So
you just persevered with it.
Yeah, do you know what it is? Yeah, it's just like life, isn't it? Like, right, you're upset now, yeah. If you just stay upset, like you're just gonna stay there, innit? Like it's like Mayweather said, tough times don't last, tough people do. So and that's a fact. So it's just about being strong, and because I kind of want to lead by example as well. So, you know, I'm not saying like I feel like a lot of weight is riding on my shoulders, but I know what I can do, but I think over the years now people are starting to believe it because I've continued. I haven't stopped. So even from high school, and people see me, oh, you still do? Oh, wow, I couldn't believe it. And I was like, oh, I thought you would have stopped. So there's this assumption that I was still that way. From
your family have come around to kind of.
Yeah, my family. Yeah, so some of them are coming on Saturday, yeah. So yeah, man, it's gonna. I'm just looking forward to getting there, man. All the stuff that I've been working on in the gym, like sparring and stuff. Sparring's been tough. I'm just putting it into play, man. So I've been ready for 3 weeks.
Let's talk about you turning pro then. How did that come about?
Okay, so so this is a while ago. I used to personal train in the gym group in Northwest London, and one of my friends who's a pro himself, Andre Bowen, saw him in the gym, and then you see me training every day, and he's like, oh, like what are you doing? And I'm just like, because I kind of fell out of love with boxing at the time. I think it was 2016, 17 at the start. And I was just training, like, you get me? And then he was like, you should turn pro, like, what's the point? Like, you've been around for ages, like, do you know what I mean? Like, what more do you feel like you need to learn? And I was like, you know what? He was training his coach, who my coach is now, Matthew Hurst. And he said, come, see what it's like. Told him, started training, and I was like, you know what, cool, man. I think I was 23 at the time. Yeah. And then I just said, you know what, just going to give it a go. And well, like, I was thinking, what's the real? Why am I still waiting? Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I just said, you know, I'm just gonna turn pro. And then obviously turning pro, there was a long, like, it took me 1.5 years to turn pro, like, to get everything sorted, and that was really stressful. And there was a point that I thought it never would happen, because like I was doing everything within my power, and then there was everything. Like, the board was like, oh, you need this, you need that, you need this, and I was just like, you ask me for this, I give you. You ask me, and then you want this, and then you want this. I'm like, what more do you want? Like, in terms of like medical fees, I've spent over $5,000 of my own money invested into myself. Do you know what I mean? And I'm self-employed. I don't get a monthly wage. Like, so some months are good, some months are bad. That's just how it is. You know what I mean? But because, you know, I believe in what I can do, it's cool, man. It's investing in anything. It's like if you buy a car, do you know what I mean? It's the same thing, but I'm investing into me, what I work on every day. So yeah, it was a long process, man. It was a bit depressing a little bit at certain times, because I was really trying, and I was just like, people ask me, oh, when you fighting? And I'm just like, soon. And then obviously I had to have laser eye surgery.
So because people don't see this sort of like what goes on in, but they just think, oh, when you fighting.
No, man. I paid for my brain. I paid for my blood test. I paid for my eye surgery, all myself. I didn't, and yeah, man. It weren't easy, man. It's not been easy.
Well, you finally turned pro.
Yeah.
About your debut.
It was alright, man. Like, I think at first, or like when he first spoke to you, because it's like I was saying before, I have my standards in it, and it was alright. I look back and I said, it wasn't bad. To everyone else, it was alright, but I fight a particular way. I'm a technical fighter. That's how I fight. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, fight smart. Do you know what I mean? Just get the W. That's it.
Were you nervous beforehand? You had a lot of friends and family there.
Yeah, when I realised it was about over 100, I think when I realised all the tickets, there was about over 100 tickets. And there were some people I didn't know that came. And I was like, whoa, I didn't know you were coming. And they said, nah, they just came on the day. And I was like, wow, okay, cool. Like I really appreciate it.
You was a celebrity when you finished, didn't you? For about half an hour outside.
So, it was nice, man. It was nice. And I just wanted to put on like a good performance for all of them, and just, just appreciation for all of them coming out to see me and, spending their hard-earned money. So, and I just hope they enjoy the show. So, from now, it's just about building. It's about building from now, and then just progressing and just making the right moves.
So you've got your next fight Saturday.
Yeah.
The 22nd, if this goes out tomorrow. Do you know much about the opponent?
No, not much. Not really. I just know they're coming up from up north, and I know what weight, and that's about it. But I'm not really that bothered. It's what it is.
I suppose the debut's out the way. You've got a job to do now, isn't it?
Yeah, just go in there. It's going there. Like, I've had good sparring. I'm cool, man. Like, I've had obviously a couple of things in camp, but yeah.
But then I think every boxer has something.
Yeah, it started happening in camp, because obviously I was meant to fight on May the 4th, and then I got ill. I had a chest infection, and I was like sneezing up blood and stuff. Yeah. And then I spoke to one of my friends, and he was like, "There's no point. Like you don't want to go out there half-assed and give a half-assed performance. You know what I mean? And you're not well. Do you know what I mean? So." And I was just like, and because me, I wanted to, and I was like, you know what, cool, man, write it down. So I guess this one came at the right time, because I'm 26 tomorrow. And then I go to Jamaica next week, so it's kind of, yeah.
So what's the plan with, let's say,
the rest of the year?
Next of the year, let's say the rest of the year, and then by the end of next year, what do you want, ideally, to achieve? Summon
a title.
By the end of next year?
Yeah. At least title shot or eliminate or something along that lines. So this year is a building year, and just being smart, like trying to get sponsors. That's been really hard. I got people that support me, but in terms of like helping me get tickets and things like that, because obviously, like as pro boxers, like a lot of things we've got to fund ourselves, and it costs money. Do you know what I mean? And like. Before, like for my first fight, I was working full time, and like the hours were ridiculous. Like I would have to leave my house at 4:35 a.m. in the morning to get to work for 6, and then finish there at 2 or 3, travel back home. But because I have my own gym as well in Church Road, and a business is called Phenomenal Fitness, and we're a community interest company, so we work within the community delivering free sessions. So that community, there's a lot of crime, people are overweight, and just obviously showing them the importance of obviously working out, delivering classes, and just like a hub where people can just come and train or whichever it is. And I do like free boxing classes out of there for the community every Wednesday as well, so just something I would do as well.
Yes. So are you actually signed to anyone at the moment?
Only my manager, that's it. Only my manager.
You're still looking for like a full-time promoter?
Yeah, that would help. I promote myself. So myself through my friends, just trying to help pushing it out there, getting my name out there, just building awareness. So, because that's the thing that can halt a boxer a lot of the times. Because if you ain't got the money, and you can fight on the road, but it's just long, and there's a lot more different disadvantages when you fight on the road. But obviously, if you got skill, you got skill. But you know what? To be able to sell tickets and build up your profile, if a decent promoter comes along the way, maybe able to help you, then that's great. Do you know what I mean?
We'll start winning and continue to win. And,
yeah, that's all it is, man.
People take notice, won't they?
Yeah, that's all it is, man. So that's what it is. It's just, yeah, get the W, man. That's it. Just get the W.
Yeah, no, exactly. Is there any particular fight you look up to?
Andre Ward.
Yeah,
still
so
Andre.
Third interview, third person.
Andre Ward. That's been my guy since 2009. Yeah, I think the fight before he fought Kessler, and that's when I took notice. Like since then, I've been watching him, and then I think I said this before, but I met him in 2017 down at Fitzroy Lodge. Yeah, and he was just speaking. This was after he beat Kovalev in the first fight, and yeah, it was just an honor to meet him, man. It was an honor to meet him. So you know, and just see how next to him and just see, oh shit, like you're not even that big, like. But he's a fantastic boxer, man. He's a like, obviously he may not be very controversial, talk a lot and stuff like that, but
I think he's controversial in a different way.
In terms of the way he fights.
Well, yeah, in that way, and also post-retirement, he's been a bit controversial with some of his, well, maybe him and Carl Froch.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say maybe controversial as well. Maybe he's trying to needle.
Because I think he's definitely one of the greatest of this generation. Definitely, of what he done, and look at the people he beat at the time when he beat them. Like yeah, you can't discredit him. Even when he fought Kovalev, like the first time I was like, because at the time I'm thinking, I was like, but when Kovalev he fought, is it Chalamba? That guy? Yes, him. And I saw that and I said, and Chalamba gave him problems with the movement, and I said, okay, Andre Ward's better than him. I said, you know what? I still believed he would win, but I think it was an even fight. It depends how you judge boxing.
The first time I watched it live, you know, on TV.
Yeah.
I thought Kovalev won that, but watching it back without kind of.
I turned off the sound.
Knowing what's happened, yeah. Because regardless, we're influenced by what commentators kind of say. So.
Yeah, very true.
No, I agree. Before we wrap up,
you say you're technical as a fighter. Is that something you developed, or was that a natural?
No, I developed it. I was so when I first started, I was just a fighter. I was just a brawler, like just go and have a fight. That's what it is. And then there was my old amateur coach that helped me. He said, nah, like, say when your power goes, then what? He always used to be like, okay, so when you get tired, then what? What else you got to do? You got to have a plan A, B, C, D, all the way to Z. So, and then I was kind of like, all right, cool. So I do, like, it made me study a lot of the old school boxers, a lot of them. So, yeah, one of my other favorites is Salvador Sanchez as well. I think, where is he from? Is it Ecuador? I think it was Ecuador. But yeah, he's a bad boy. Yeah, he was another one. And yeah, there's so many boxers I like to watch. But yeah. But yeah, when I started, it was literally just yeah, I was just a brawler, man. I was just a brawler. I was 15, 16. I was sparring men, and I was hurting them. So and I could take a good shot myself. So, but it was just learning. There's an art to. It's not just fighting. There's particular ways and moves to how you do things. And once I learned that, then I learned, all right, cool, you can do different things. So it's just about being intelligent. So, and yeah, that's what I believe. So, and I think at a higher level, that's what it's more about. It's more about being intelligent, how to set traps, you know, think a move or two ahead of your opponent, and, you know, to do just different things. So it can be very, like, so specific sometimes. But yeah, but I think it's because of the fighters that I watch. That's why I'm like that. So, yeah.
All right. Well, we've done 25 minutes.
Oh shit. Okay.
So good. Before we go, shout out your social medias, how people can follow you.
Okay. Cool. Social medias. All right. Social media. So Instagram is Titan Boxing 1. My Snapchat. I post on Instagram, but not really that much. I do a bit anyway here and there. My Snapchat is Busy96. No, not 96, 93. Sorry. So that's BIZZY 93. yeah, those are the only really two I really use. So if like anyone wants to follow me, any like sponsors potentially want to get in contact with me.
And tickets as well.
Oh yeah, for tickets also as well. Yeah. Oh, my sponsors, my current sponsors. Okay, so first one is Cherry Amore. She like made like my T-shirt and that for my fight. Next one is Bikma in Sudbury. So the Chinese martial arts. They have like a gym and stuff, so they let me train there and stuff and help me with that. Then a recent one for this fight is Chase a Million. They are like a clothing and they sent me some hats, so shout out to them. Obviously shout out to Battersea, ABC also as well, Grassroots. Yeah, and just anyone that's coming on Saturday, it's going to be a good show, good night of boxing, a lot of talent on, so yeah, it's going to be very entertaining, man. So yeah, and then I can eat a burger after. So.
Birthday burger.
Oh mate.
Nice one, thank you very much.
No problem guys, thank you for your time, man.
Just do me a favour, just look at the camera.
Ja si ti řekl, že to má čistě udělaný. Mám to rozjede, prosím.
Right, you got the... You want that one? I'm just going to do like 2 cameras on the go.
Yeah, that's fine.